Good morning. Standard 4th. Subject EVS Part 2. Lesson number 16. Campaign in the South. Lesson number 16. Campaign in the South. Plan of campaign. The coronation ceremony was over, but its joy was short lived. A short while after the coronation, on 17 June 1674, Mahasaheb passed away. While all his subjects look upon Shivaji Maharaj as their protector, Shivaji Maharaj himself depended upon the advice and help of Mahasaheb. She was the true guide and guru in his life. He was deeply grieved at the loss of his mother, but he had very little time for sorrow because he had to administrate the kingdom which he had established. He decided to attack Karnataka. He was no longer afraid of Adil Shah because the kingdom of Bijapur was practically on its legs. The real threat of Swaraj was from the north, for the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb was biding his time to destroy the Maratha kingdom. There was no knowing when he would attack and swallow the new kingdom. Shivaji thought that his campaign would create a powerful base in the south. From there, he could resist a blows of the Mughal. With this in view, he planned his southern campaign. He approached the Qutub Shah of Golconda for help, and the Shah readily agreed to give whatever help was needed. There was yet another reason for the campaign. Shivaji's stepbrother Benkoji was looking after Shahaji Raje's Tanjavur Jagir in the south. He would not give Shivaji his share of the ancestral Jahagir. Neither did he display any love for Swaraj. He treated Shivaji with a difference. Shivaji thought that a personal meeting would resolve the dispute and Benkoji could be proceeded to help in the work of Swaraj. Jizabai died 12 days after coronation of Shivaji Maharaj. On 17 June 1674, Mahasaheb passed away. Jizabai was the true guide and guru in Shivaji's life. Shivaji was deeply grieved at the loss of his mother, but he had very little time for sorrow because he had to administrate the kingdom which he had established. Shivaji Maharaj decided to attack on Karnataka. Shivaji Maharaj planned a campaign of the south because there was a threat of Aurangzeb attacking the Maratha kingdom. He wanted to create a strong base in the south and thereby resist the Mughal attack. Benkoji Raje was Shivaji's stepbrother and he was looking after Shahaji Raje's Tanjavur Jagir in the south. So Shivaji Maharaj wanted to meet his stepbrother Benkoji Raje and proceeded him to help in the work of Swaraj. Qutub Shah of Golconda readily agreed to give whatever help was needed. Visit to Golconda. Shivaji Maharaj started on his southern campaign. Abul Hasan Qutub Shah of Golconda had invited him to visit Golconda. He therefore decided to visit Golconda first and then proceed with his conquest of the south. Golconda was the capital of Qutub Shah's kingdom. He made great preparation to receive Shivaji. A special shamana was put up where the two would meet. As Shivaji entered the capital, people lined to street to have his darshan. Stories of his exploits were the talk of the whole country. People had heard of the death of Afzal Khan at his hands, of the discomfiture of Shaista Khan, and of Shivaji's miraculous escape from Agra. Because of this, Shivaji Maharaj received a royal welcome. People showered flower petals on him from the housetop, acknowledging his wonderful reception. Shivaji entered Qutub Shah's darbar. Qutub Shah came down halfway to receive him. He seated Shivaji Maharaj alongside him as a equal on a specially prepared throne. He left nothing undone as far as receptions was concerned. Abul Hassan, Qutub Shah of Golconda, had invited Shivaji Maharaj to visit Golconda. So Shivaji Maharaj first decided to visit Golconda and then proceed with his conquest of the south. Golconda was the capital of Qutub Shah's kingdom. Qutub Shah made great preparation to receive Shivaji Maharaj. A special shamana was put up where the two would meet. As Shivaji entered the capital, people lined to street to have his darshan. Everywhere, people had heard of the death of Afzal Khan and Shivaji's miraculous escape from Agra. Because of this, Shivaji Maharaj received a royal welcome. People showered flower petals on him from the housetop. When Shivaji entered Qutub Shah's darbar, Qutub Shah came down halfway to receive him. He seated Shivaji Maharaj alongside himself as equal on a special prepared throne. Conquest of Jinji. Taking leave of Qutub Shah, Shivaji proceeded south and reached the east coast. To the south of Chennai is the fort of Jinji. It is a big fort, as big and strong as Raigad. Shivaji besieged and captured it. A strong southern base was thus great for Swaraj. Then he besieged the Gwalior fort. The siege lasted for several months, but the fort could not be conquered. Shivaji had to train his guns on the fort from the neighboring hill before he could conquer it. His southern campaign brought under his rules several forts and a territory with an annual revenue of 12 lakhs. Jinji Fort was on the east coast of South Chennai. Jinji was as strong as Raigad. Shivaji Maharaj created a strong southern base for Swaraj by capturing Jinji Fort. Shivaji had to train his gun on the fort from the neighboring hill before he could conquer it. Southern campaign brought under his rule several forts and territory with an annual revenue of 12 lakhs. Meeting with Venkoji Raje. Shivaji Maharaj invited Venkoji Raje, his stepbrother, to meet him. Venkoji Raje reluctantly agreed. Shivaji received him with great honor and tried to win him over. He appealed to Venkoji Raje to help him in the work of Swaraj. For a few days, Venkoji Raje stayed with Shivaji Maharaj, but one night he returned to Tanjavur without even taking leave of Shivaji Maharaj. From Tanjavur, he actually attacked Shivaji's force. Shivaji's force took heavy toll of the attacking troops and Venkoji Raje was defeated. Shivaji Maharaj was deeply pained at Venkoji Raje's behavior. He wrote to him and tried to persuade him to change his ways. He conferred on him the territory south of Jinji and set aside a small part of Karnataka as a gift for Deepabai, Venkoji's wife. He said in his letter to Venkoji Raje, "Do not put your trust to your enemies. Follow the path of valor. After the conclusion of the successful campaign of Karnataka, Shivaji returned to Raigad. While he was at a to overcome the strain of his campaign, he had to undertake a naval campaign against the Siddhi of Janjira. At this time, Maharaj was 50 years old. He had toiled continuously for nearly 35 years without any time to rest. Venkoji Raje was Shivaji's stepbrother. Shivaji Maharaj invited Venkoji Raje to meet him. Venkoji Raje agreed to meet Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Maharaj tried his best to win over his stepbrother Venkoji by treating him with honor and respect. Venkoji Raje stayed with Shivaji Maharaj, but one night he returned to Tanjavur without even taking leave of Shivaji Maharaj. Actually, he attacks on Shivaji's force. Shivaji Maharaj was deeply pained by Venkoji's behavior. Shivaji Maharaj wrote a letter to Venkoji Raje and he told him to change his way. He set aside a small part of Karnataka as a gift for Deepabai, Venkoji's wife. Shivaji said in his letter to Venkoji Raje, "Do not put your trust in your enemies. Follow the path of valor. The people's protector is no more." On 3rd April 1680, Shivaji Maharaj died, plunging his people into a sea of sorrow. The protector of people passed away. In his lifetime, Maharaj achieved so many great things. He vanquished very powerful enemies and founded Hindu Swaraj. There was none in the whole of India who could match his achievements. He was a great national figure. Shivaji Maharaj died on 3rd April 1680. In his lifetime, Shivaji Maharaj achieved so many great things. He vanquished very powerful enemies and founded Hindu Swaraj. There was no one in the whole of the India who could match his achievement. He was a great national figure.